Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The property of something that is great in magnitude. It is cheaper to buy it in bulk. Cause to bulge or swell outwards. The property resulting from being or relating to the greater in number of two parts, the main part. The bulk of the work is finished. Stick out or up. The parcel bulked in the sack. The property possessed by a large mass. The common people generally. Separate the warriors from the mass. The property of something that is great in magnitude. He received a mass of correspondence. Often followed by of, a large number or amount or extent. Formed of separate units gathered into a mass or whole. A body of matter without definite shape. A huge ice mass. A musical setting for a mass. An ill-structured collection of similar things, objects or people. A sequence of prayers constituting the Christian Eucharistic rite. Join together into a mass or collect or form a mass. Crowds were massing outside the palace. Roman Catholic Church and Protestant churches, the celebration of the Eucharist. The property of a body that causes it to have weight in a gravitational field. Physical objects consisting of a number of pages bound together. The property of something that is great in magnitude. The volume of exports. The magnitude of sound, usually in a specified direction. The kids played their music at full volume. A publication that is one of a set of several similar publications. The third volume was missing. A relative amount. Mix 1 volume of the solution with 10 volumes of water. The amount of three-dimensional space occupied by an object. The gas expanded to twice its original volume. Swell or protrude outwards. His stomach bulged after the huge meal. Bulge outward. Cause to bulge or swell outwards. Bulge out. Form a bulge outward, or be so full as to appear to bulge. Something that bulges out or is protuberant or projects from its surroundings. The gun in his pocket made an obvious bulge. Elections. More than half of the votes. The property resulting from being or relating to the greater in number of two parts, the main part. The majority of his customers prefer it. The age at which persons are considered competent to manage their own affairs. A number assigned to the ratio of two quantities. Two quantities are of the same order of magnitude if one is less than 10 times as large as the other. The number of magnitudes that the quantities differ is specified to within a power of 10. Relative importance. A problem of the first magnitude. The property of relative size or extent, whether large or small. They tried to predict the magnitude of the explosion. Expand abnormally. The bellies of the starving children are swelling. Come up, as of feelings and thoughts, or other ephemeral things. Smoke swelled from it. Become filled with pride, arrogance, or anger. The mother was swelling with importance when she spoke of her son. A man who is much concerned with his dress and appearance. The undulating movement of the surface of the open sea. Come up, as of a liquid. Very good. A crescendo followed by a decrescendo. A rounded elevation, especially one on an ocean floor. Cause to become swollen. The water swells the wood. Increase in size, magnitude, number, or intensity. The music swelled to a crescendo. Put into a group. Determine the number or amount of. One of a series published periodically. The property possessed by a sum or total or indefinite quantity of units or individuals. The number of parameters is small. The number is used in calling a particular telephone. He has an unlisted number. Add up in number or quantity. A short performance that is part of a longer program. It was one of the best numbers he ever did. A symbol used to represent a number. Place a limit on the number of. Enumerate. We must number the names of the great mathematicians. A clothing measurement. A number 13 shoe. A concept of quantity involving zero and units. Every number has a unique position in the sequence. An item of clothing. She preferred the black nylon number. A numbered item in a series. Take the number 2 to the main square, then change to the number 5. A numeral or string of numerals that is used for identification and may be attached to accounts, memberships, etc. She refused to give them her social security number. A select company of people. I hope to become one of their number before I die. Give numbers to. You should number the pages of the thesis. The grammatical category for the forms of nouns and pronouns and verbs that are used depending on the number of entities involved, singular or dual or plural. In English, the subject and the verb must agree in number. One of the elements that collectively form a system of numeration. Judge to be probable. Be or play a part of or in. Elections figure prominently in every government program. A diagram or picture illustrating textual material. A decorative or artistic work. The property possessed by a sum or total or indefinite quantity of units or individuals. The figure was about 1,000. A well-known or notable person. She is an important figure in modern music. Alternative names for the body of a human being. Imagine. Conceive of. See in one's mind. Language used in a figurative or non-literal sense. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A combination of points and lines and planes that form a visible palpable shape. A model of a bodily form, especially of a person. He made a figure of Santa Claus. An amount of money expressed numerically. A figure of $17 was suggested. A predetermined set of movements in dancing or skating. She made the best score on compulsory figures. A unitary percept having structure and coherence that is the object of attention and that stands out against a ground. The impression produced by a person. He cut a fine figure. Understand. He didn't figure her. Swell or protrude outwards. Bulge outward. Extend out or project in space. swell or protrude outwards. An enclosed space. Anatomy. Sac-like structure in any of various animals, as a marsupial or gopher or pelican. A small or medium-sized container for holding or carrying things. Put into a small bag. Send by special mail that goes through diplomatic channels. The volume measured in dollars. The store's dollar volume continues to rise. The act of upsetting something. The volume measured in dollars. The ratio of the number of workers that had to be replaced in a given time period to the average number of workers. A dish made by folding a piece of pastry over a filling.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.